Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. In today's episode, we are continuing our coverage of the ongoing civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia. And in today's coverage, we're looking at the ongoing military operation by both the Oromo Liberation Army and the Abiy loyalist formations based out of Addis Ababa, also known as Finfine, and obviously some other areas within the country as well. But over the last several days, probably the better part of the last 2 weeks, we have seen a counter operation by Abiy loyalist formations, the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, in conjunction with Oromo regional forces, some of which have actually defected over the course of this operation to the Oromo Liberation Army. But specifically, we're starting to see additional units of the ENDF, of the Abiy loyalist forces, being moved into the West Shiwa zone. This area, as you can see highlighted on my map, is directly to the west of the capital, Addis Ababa. Some of the major cities are obviously Ambo, Guder, and Walso to the south. And right now, what we're seeing is the ENDF and the forces loyal to Abiy Ahmed are looking to reopen major arterial routes into the capital, such as the A5 highway that moved south by southwest towards Waso. And then we have the A4 highway, which heads towards Ambo. And as we know, the OLA have taken significant areas to the west of Ambo, specifically some key terrain features to the west of Ambo and near the city of Guder. But apparently, initial operations by the Abiy loyalist formations directed at the Oromo Liberation Army operating in the West Shiwa zone have not been successful as of late. And that is requiring the Abiy loyalist formations to launch additional formations of loyalist units into the West Shiwa zone. And as you know, we have received reports that regional forces in Oromia, the Oromia Special Forces, again, these are not special forces per se, like you would commonly see within some Western countries. These are more trained light infantry formations that the regional forces have control over, the regional leadership of the Oromia region have control over. But we're also seeing the deployment of actual federal forces, such as federal police, and the actual Ethiopian National Defense Forces, those forces loyal to Abiy Ahmed. And we continue to see additional reinforcements being injected into the West Shia zone because the initial operation by the ENDF to retake many of the areas that the OLA now control in the West Shia zone have been, in fact, unsuccessful. The OLA continues to control major arterial routes into the capital, and more importantly, many areas of the West Shia zone are firmly under the control of the Oromo Liberation Army. Many of these towns that you can see in the West Shia zone are, again, firmly under the control of the OLA. In fact, we continue to see the OLA training and actively recruiting individuals in the West Shia zone. And this area, in terms of population, you're looking at about 2 million people, of which obviously about 1 million males, and we estimate that at a certain point we could see as many as 100,000 fighters being mobilized within the zone, if in fact recruitment efforts by the OLA kind of continue on the trajectory that we are seeing them take place. And when you control areas to such an extent that you can actually have quasi-military academies and training programs and training institutions being set up in the West Shia zone. And again, we're talking about an area that is very, very close to the capital and the seat of power of Abiy Ahmed. And obviously, this is very concerning for the Abiy loyalist formations to try and, to the best of their ability, to regain control. And obviously, we are seeing the support of Amhara regional forces being injected into the fighting that is taking place in the West Shia zone. But again, right now, things are not going well for the ENDF in this ongoing counteroffensive to try and regain control of many of these areas that are currently under the control of the Oromo Liberation Army. And just how many forces will the Abiy loyalists need to commit to this operation? Again, very hard to say. We do know that the ENDF has moved a fairly significant contingent to areas such as near Kobo and Sokoto, and could in fact we at some point see the ENDF remove some of those forces because of the gains being made by the Oromo Liberation Army and the inability of the ENDF to curtail this ongoing offensive by the Oromo Liberation Army. So we hear about the ENDF and the Abiy loyalists launching this offensive against the OLA, but in reality, it's more or less a counteroffensive to try and stop ongoing gains and remove some of the gains that the OLA have made over the course of the last few months, especially in this West Shia zone, very, very close to the capital. But that's what we have for today. We are continuing to monitor the situation and report. And as we get new information, we will, of course, bring that to you. Have a good day, everybody.